In the heart of a dense forest, James stumbled upon a peculiar building that piqued his curiosity. It stood alone, devoid of doors or windows, an enigma amidst the towering trees. Intrigued, he decided to investigate further. With determination, he fashioned a makeshift ladder from a sturdy branch, using his trusty Swiss Army knife to carve it for climbing. After a considerable effort, he reached a barred opening on the second floor. Peering inside, he was taken aback by the sight of strange machines humming quietly within. His heart raced, caught between excitement and apprehension. Suddenly, a voice echoed from within, startling him and causing him to lose his balance. He tumbled down, landing awkwardly and injuring his shoulder. Adrenaline surged through him, compelling him to flee as fear gripped his heart. Once at a safe distance, James called the police, his voice trembling with urgency. He recounted his unsettling discovery, conveying the seriousness of the situation. Initially skeptical, the officers soon recognized the gravity of his account and rushed to the scene. When they arrived, they found James visibly shaken but coherent, eagerly describing the bizarre building. Intrigued, the officers surrounded the structure, and one brave officer climbed a ladder to peer inside. What he discovered confirmed James's fears. The situation was far more alarming than anticipated. The police quickly called for backup, realizing the potential danger lurking within. James had sensed something was amiss during his hike, and his suspicions deepened upon encountering the building. It was an anomaly in the wilderness, well-maintained and constructed with modern materials, yet lacking any conventional entry points. Driven by curiosity, he sought a glimpse inside, unaware of the dark secrets it held. As the police prepared to investigate, they faced a challenge. The map showed no clear path to the building, requiring either a 3-hour trek or a lengthy drive. With the urgency of the situation in mind, they opted for a helicopter, a decision that proved wise. Within 15 minutes, 5 officers were airlifted to the location, soaring high to avoid detection. Upon landing, the captain approached James, who was still visibly shaken. Pointing toward the roof, James indicated it as their entry point. He had been monitoring the house and believed a suspicious man he encountered earlier was still inside. The captain quickly assigned positions. 3 officers guarded the entrances, while he and another officer sought a clear view. As the officers devised a strategy to gain insight into the building, they noted the interior was filled with machinery, but devoid of human activity, confirming James's account. Silence replaced the expected chaos, prompting the officers to take action. They decided to enter through a hole, armed but hoping to avoid bloodshed. Inside, they noted the building's modern design and unnatural chill, raising questions about its purpose. Their search led them to a high-powered air conditioning system, puzzling given the remote location and lack of visible entrances. They pondered how the place was powered and how people accessed it. It became evident that the man James encountered was a key figure, and the building had been hastily cleared out. Just as they were about to lose hope, an officer discovered a trapdoor, indicating an escape route. The suspects had fled in a hurry, leaving the latch unsecured. 2 officers ventured into the tunnel, which seemed endless. The captain felt a surge of optimism. They might solve the case before specialists arrived. The officers shared a common thought. If they hurried, they might catch the suspects. They entered the tunnel, weapons drawn, determined to pursue their investigation. After 10 minutes of navigating the dark passage, they paused at an unexpected sight. The tunnel ended with a ramp leading into another building, concealed by yet another trapdoor. Realizing they needed a plan, they debated their next steps, aware that this door was newer and properly secured. Suddenly, they heard movement behind it. Seizing the opportunity, they drew their weapons and moved silently to the entrance, listening intently. They heard someone moving things below and unlatched the door. On the count of 3, they burst through the trapdoor, commanding everyone to freeze. The officers trained their guns on a terrified man loading a truck. With his hands raised, he surrendered. As the situation unraveled, the man explained that the building was an old factory that had lost its permit shortly after construction and had been abandoned after years of appeals. However, this revelation didn't explain the secret entrance. He disclosed that the building served as hidden storage for product ingredients, a secret kept by the owner. Once the tunnel and factory were discovered, a group had decided to repurpose the space for their own activities. What initially seemed like a fated opportunity had transformed into a hub for illicit operations. Once settled in the interview room, the man was willing to share more. He revealed that the operation was a massive crypto farming scheme, hijacking power supplies to run data mining machines and storage computers. The police listened intently as he recounted his role, inspecting the processors and ensuring they functioned properly. He had been in the midst of his work when he spotted James, and, seeing no other option, wiped down the entire place to eliminate evidence. He hoped to transport the equipment to a more secure location and restart the operation, betting on a 24-hour window before law enforcement arrived. Cooperating fully, he provided information about the other members involved, eager to share as much as possible. The case went to trial, and all illegal profits were confiscated and repossessed by the state. James, hailed as a hero for his discovery, received a commendation for his bravery and keen observation. His curiosity had unveiled a dark secret hidden in the heart of the forest, turning an ordinary hike into an extraordinary tale of intrigue and justice. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more captivating stories.